Alright, welcome back to Dear Esther, everybody. So, when we last left off, we were at Chapter 2, and we were at the loading screen, and I actually went a little bit farther than that, but then my phone kinda went off, and it kinda ruined everything. So I threw that piece out, and I just left you off at Chapter 2, which kinda cut me off a little bit, but it's chill. So, we're gonna go ahead and start off at Chapter 2, right where we were. And it'll be great. And my pen is dead, so I can't write down when I started this video. I'll just remember. Load. Mouse cursor, mouse cursor, mouse cursor, mouse cursor. Okay.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
What was that? I thought I saw like a ghost. I know I said I did a little bit more than I did last time, but really, I like walked to here. So, some boats. Let's go check them out. Whoa, see that? There was like a ghost over there. Of some kind. Oh, yep, there he is again. You see him? He was on the path up over there. I'm gonna chase that down. I don't think some wrecked boats are gonna really be very important. There he is again. That time you clearly was able to see him. Is this gonna be a ghost story?
All night the boy has kept me lucid. I sat, when I was at the very edge of despair, when I thought I would never unlock the secret of the island, I sat at the edge, and I watched the idiot boy blink through the night. He is mute, and he is retarded, and he has no thought in his metal head but to blink each wave and each minute aside, until the morning comes and renders him blind as well as deaf-mute. In many ways, we have much in common.
Huh. I guess I'm probably supposed to go over there. I don't know. Just look at this. Look at this place, though. What's that out there? Looks like a cell phone tower. It's too bad I don't have a cell phone, apparently. My dirt walks so slow. I guess that makes sense. Oh, I guess let's go and look at the boat. Sounds like rain. Thunderstorm, maybe.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
So, the way this story's being told, I am
When I first looked into the shaft, I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
Whoa. Whoa. It's just a giant hole. Yeah, I get the feeling that I'm probably not going to get this story too much. I think I'm going to head up the hill. I mean, I'm gonna have some common sense and not mess around and be like, hey, I wonder what happens if I fall in the hole.
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial and the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there.
It's evidence of some kind of medical procedure. But definitely did the right thing there, not falling down the shaft.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either. My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I have always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
What is that? I don't really know what that is. I think it's like a little piece of paper and a bow. That's what it looked like to me. It's a trunk. A sleeping bag. Let's get a move on. We don't have all day to dawdle. So let's go downward. It was our original goal. He even said it. Understood that I must go down. That I must go up and then down to find a way into there.
Jakobsen's ribcage, they told Donnelly, was deformed, the result of some birth defect or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him, unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half-light, his skeleton a discarded prop, a false and calcified seabird.
We're almost down the hill now. There you go. That's quite the view.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
So it looks like there's the wreckage of a boat here. Wow. If Donnelly claims that it was there, maybe it is. Let's go to the cave then. See if we can't find our little friend. However, we will do it next video.
Climbing down to the caves,
oh, no.
I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Okay, so that was really creepy. That was really, really creepy. Okay. So when we come back, we will go into what might end up being a really, really creepy cave. Alright. When it happens, it happens. I'll see you then.